Okay, so the Bleach live-action movie finally dropped on Netflix, so we checked it out, because live-action anime, what more could we ask for? We've obviously been disappointed by, like, live-action
everyone.
FMA.
Everyone.
I mean, we got a handful of movies. We love the Rurouni Kenshin movies.
Yeah.
Like, Ace Attorney, obviously.
Yeah.
But
Always.
this one is strange in the sense that it's like our big shonen, one of the big three. But the thing is, Bleach has been over for a while.
Yeah.
And they made this movie, like, after, like, the popularity storm.
The perspective has kind of settled, and we're watching this, and I'm like, right, Bleach wasn't always about what it became. You start to really investigate what its foundation was, and at the end of the day, the movie is strong.
It's pretty enjoyable.
It wasn't bad at all.
It's solid. They're finally, and it's so exciting because we were worried when we saw the FMA sort of movie because they made a lot
travesty.
They made mistakes. It's like, come on, guys, it's 2018. Like, let's just these are basic movie things. There were no outrageous mistakes in the Bleach live-action movie.
Everything was cogent in this movie. It was like, they made that decision, I understand why they did it, and, like, that's acceptable.
Yeah.
Like,
there's no tension.
For sure.
There was the hair, I think, is the biggest part, though. Rukia, obviously, in this movie, has some pulled back, tight,
Yeah, they give her just
hair.
kind of like a hard, separated
Which
hair.
With one little strand that's out.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
It was initially jarring, but only for half a second, and you realize that they're getting to the point where they're not making those basic mistakes anymore. They put the wig on her, and they saw it did not work.
Achiko's hair looks great, honestly. Like, it works perfectly. I remember, back when Tite Kubo was in the heyday of the manga, he was like, he refused to sell the movie rights to Bleach. Because he was like, it'll look like shit. And, like, to his credit, not that I think he has the best, kind of ability to discern what is shit and what isn't shit. He was just really protective of his series until he was like, you know what? Bleach is over.
Yeah.
Let's see what you guys can do, with the whole. Because, do you guys remember those Attack on Titan movies they made? I mean, they
Too
just
fast.
jumped the gun.
we not remember
just jumped
those?
the gun in garbage.
Attack on Titan is the definition of money, a money grab. I mean, I think I saw this one commercial for a horse race that had Attack on Titan characters, and I don't know. He cashed in all on this. This is, again, it's measured, and it has enough time separation that it doesn't. Yeah, we see the manga on Ichigo's shelf a little bit halfway through. But yeah, I mean, it's not overt. There's nothing. You're not like, oh, Hollow is so it's.
Yeah, they introduce the elements and they put them all there. We get a lot of fan service in the sense that Orihime and his classmates and Chad are all there. They're not particularly important to the plot, but we see them kind of doing their things. And we're like, yeah, you respected us as the manga in anime fans.
They're charged. Now you haven't seen a lot of Bleach.
I've seen the first episode and a half of Bleach,
Okay.
so I understood the first couple scenes in the movie, and I was like, okay, this is what I have seen. But what was nice is someone who hasn't watched the anime, hasn't read the manga, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie as a whole.
Good,
so I could
good.
sit down, and so what's nice in what Netflix did do with it is you can sit down and watch a movie and be like, okay, let's watch a movie, let's see what this is about, and be thoroughly enjoying and understanding an entire film and not needing an entire backstory.
Right, it's one digestible, it's a movie.
Exactly.
It's a self-contained.
It's a way to be like, hey, yeah, this was really good. Let me check out what else this has to do with something. So they can go in, and I'm pretty sure Bleach is on Netflix. So you can...
It has been for a long time.
Yeah, so you can search Bleach, and then boom, there's a whole new thing. So maybe that was kind of their angle with it. Let's make a good standalone film, and then see where it goes.
Yeah, I mean, because that was their model with FMA, right? They were the first streaming service to have, Full Metal Alchemist in everybody's homes.
Yeah.
And then they did Brotherhood, and then they come up with this live-action movie. It was terrible, but it's nice to see them do at least one live-action movie that they kind of get right.
Yeah, and the thing is, they didn't extend themselves. So many of these movies try to grapple with these really difficult scenes.
Yeah.
FMA did that, where they're like, let's throw in a scene from the end of the movies and all this stuff, and make a CGI army, all this bullshit.
They're also leaning on actual movie studios, Warner Brothers made this Bleach movie. Warner Brothers made the FMA movie too. But for at least this one, they got the director. Do you remember the 2011 Gantz movie?
Oh yeah,
it's that director.
Oh,
it's that same director. Came in and was just able to be like, I know how to do a monster fighting regular.
The lighting cues on the hollows were appropriate for the scenes.
They had this nature versus constructed environment thing, which isn't in Bleach, but it was just a kind of motif they ran in the movie.
Sort of like, you felt something. They had a lot of scenes.
Yeah.
We were talking a lot about the captain, who is honestly the most well-done character in, I'd say, the entire movie. What's his name with the braids?
Kuchiki. So Byakuya, they have, it's Rukia's older brother. But they
the main antagonist.
Cinematically, like we pointed just over and over again in the movie, like from the first scene, I was like, oh, they had him interframe because we're not invading him space with the camera, and like just watching it the whole time, they just repeat that every single time. And then we have one time when like Ichigo is standing up to him, where we kind of invade his space, and it's a big deal.
And that's when he smirks and is like, "What is?"
And we kind of break like what we've been doing with him. So like. The cinema's there.
Build something.
The digestible story is there. The Bleach fan service is there. This really is a triple hitter here.
Yeah.
Of a live action anime movie.
I think for me, like I didn't watch Bleach, but I mean any person that knows anime knows what Bleach is. And for me, the biggest thing in Bleach was the hair. Mm-hmm. And so everyone knows the hair, and like you guys were talking about the fashion as well.
Oh yeah,
it's a big thing in it, and I think they pulled that really well into the movie.
Those small touches.
Like
that Pacific Sunwear shirt. He looked very chic. He was a cool kid.
Absolutely, and even the captain, like when you look at different angles, the hair looks almost exactly how it looks in the anime, which was beautifully done. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah. So in general, we really liked it. I hope you guys go check it out. Let us know what you thought of it. And
worth the watch.
Catch you next time.
Worth the watch for sure. Yeah. See you guys.